Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You ever notice that I always say things in threes? Well, not always, but a lot of times. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Psychic Saturday Night Live. Lay down, Georgie. We're here for the long haul. Find yourself a piece of cushion. All right. How are we all doing? Wow. Now, I don't expect a lot of people to show up tonight on account of it's a special long weekend for some people who celebrate certain festivities. I do not celebrate those festivities, mostly because those festivities are part of something I just don't particularly want to participate with. So yeah, I'm not anti-Christian or anti-anything like that. I'm just not interested in playing a game that other people are controlling. So yeah, not for me. Thank you very much. So yeah, welcome, welcome, welcome to this wonderful Saturday, April 19th. Yeah, 19th already. Holy moly. Oh, that's another one. I'm trying not to say that too. Found out the origins of that and I wasn't too impressed. So anyway, see, all these things we say, these things we do, these things we participate in and just, unconsciously speak, say, or think. No, I can't preach conscious living and not do it and not be it. So yeah, I'm starting to really investigate the roots of things and change the way I speak because of that. Because I am, once again, not playing into a game and I'm not interested in, living anything other than naturally, the way the divine design intended. So, welcome. Welcome, welcome. We are going to do some cards tonight. We're going to do the mind, body, and spirit like we always do. And I'm going to do a little housekeeping here tonight because I'm super, super excited. Okay, you know what? Tuesday is Earth Day. Tuesday is Earth Day. My favorite day. Now, there's a day to celebrate. There's a day to celebrate. This beautiful planet that we live on has a day dedicated to her. Finally. And I think it only happened maybe in 1970 because just about a year later, I decided it was time for me to show up on this planet, and I picked that very day to show up. So I'm kind of thinking I was waiting for that. But Earth Day, a day to celebrate, honor, and appreciate Mother Earth and all that she is for us. This beautiful living being that we live on, live with. We are part of her nature. We are part of her ecosystems. We're all in this together. We all work together. Everything is so important. So Earth Day is a day that I certainly would absolutely encourage people to celebrate. I know I celebrate that day, and not for obvious reasons, but because it's Earth Day, and that's what I absolutely love. Now, I love honoring the consciousness of Gaia as well. So that's not just Mother Earth. It's actually more than her. It's her higher self in a sense. And in order to actually really truly honor her, we've come up with this. Well, I didn't come up with it. Merlin always puts my stuff on sale. His stuff. It's not mine. It's his. I just channeled it and I get the rights. I get the rights to it. Anyway, but I work with it. I work hard for it. Anywho, he has decided that in honor of this Earth Day, and my birthday, turning 54 no less, that we would put our entire Enlightenment series on for 54% off. Now, that's a series of programs. You don't have to pick them all. You can buy the bundle. You can buy one or two or three, whatever. You can buy just one. You can pick whichever one you want. They don't even have to be prerequisites or any of that stuff. You just pick whatever one you resonate with. But here's the deal about these beautiful programs. They are here. They are put in place because we are here to clear ourselves of trauma and Mother Earth. And what a beautiful gift to give Mother Earth and yourself than to help clear trauma from her in big, big ways. 4 programs, all an incredible series, 54% off, and returning clients get an extra 10% off. And if you're an elder, who Merlin vets as an elder, you get an extra 10% off that too. Now you're talking 74% off. That's absolutely insane. Merlin, what are we doing? Okay, anyway. It's Mother Earth. That's what we're doing. It's for Mother Earth. Mother Earth is at a pinnacle point where she is ready to release all kinds of trauma from her systems. And we see it coming up. She's hitting extremes in all areas, right? Weather and all of the systems that are already in place here. And what better way for us to really, truly clear that trauma, not just from ourselves, but from her too, than to do the work intentionally to clear it right now. I mean, absolutely amazing. These programs, I cannot tell you, 2 of them are 12 weeks. One of them is an 8-week program and one of them is a 9-week program. And they all come with weekly calls. People, you get to speak to me for half an hour every single week, one-on-one, just me and you, talking about the program, talking about the meditation that you did, talking about the work you're doing, the clearing that you're having go on inside you and that you're doing for Mother Earth. Amazing series of programs. I cannot tell you and cannot stress it enough. And what a perfect time to put them on for a supernatural price like that, for sure. So check it out. It's all on my website. 54% plus, I said, returning clients get an extra 10. And elders, Merlin's got to vet you though. But if he does, that puts you in that bracket, 74% off. Absolutely incredible prices. You know, and that's the thing. You're worth it. Mother Earth's worth it. So why not go ahead and make the investment in yourself, right? Like, that's really what it's all about. You come out of these programs transformed, transmuted, and completely elevated in the work that you've done. Enlightened, right? Enlightened. Absolutely. Lighter because you have lit your body up with beautiful photonic light by clearing out darkness and trauma. So yeah, the Enlightenment series, please check it out. First one's called Lighten Up. Second one's called Hope. Third one's called Taking Back Our Power. That one's really, really cool. It's actually very important for us to do that one in particular. If anybody's interested, it's a lesser of them all. It's only 8 weeks long, but it is a program that takes us to specific sacred sites around the world that have been used for nefarious deeds. And we infuse light into these stargates and these beautiful portals and these sacred sites and make them, we reclaim them for the right light, like for the right side of light. So if you're interested in doing anything like that, please do check out the Enlightenment series on my website. It's under the E6, E to the Power of 6 link on my website. So please do that. Also, Magic and Miracles is still on for 25% off, and that's going to be really, really awesome for anybody who decides to take that, because that is a 12-week program that, well, as the disclaimer says, it's not a program that you do. It's a program that does you, and anybody who's taken it will tell you. That's exactly how it works. So, and last but not least, connecting the dots. Spiritually speaking, connecting the dots A to Z, a conspiracy conversation. Last week we started with aliens and the Anunnaki. We're going to segue from aliens into angels. And so if anybody's interested in checking that out and picking up on that that little thread, 8 o'clock, grab the Zoom link. It's on my Facebook page. You'll find it just prior to this particular post. Then you see this video show up. So anyway, hello to everybody. Thank you so much for joining me here tonight. It's absolutely beautiful day today. Nice and warm finally after last night's wicked, and I mean wicked, storm, and especially in my area. We had like hours and hours of thunder and lightning. We've had the most extreme weather over the last 6 weeks. I can't even tell you. And those of you living in Ontario will definitely concur with all that, because it's been quite a winter for us. The last 6 months have been incredibly turbulent. That's the word we're going to use. So, hey to everybody. Hey. So nice to see you all joining me here this evening. Again, lots of energies happening. We're not going to talk a whole lot about this weekend because I don't buy into this crap. And I'll tell you, yesterday was one of the heaviest days energetically that everybody ever has to go through every single year. Every single year. Because there's so much grief, sorrow, and ridiculous amounts of sadness attached to it that everybody feels it in some way, shape, or form. There's very few people who are rejoicing on Good Friday. So, and of course, you know, we know why. Like, let's face it, let's be real about what you're looking at here and what they're emphasizing and what parts of it they're all emphasizing and how really that doesn't serve the message, does it? But anyway, I also posted something really interesting on my Facebook page. If anybody's interested in watching it, it's called The Crucifixion Ruse. If you have an open mind and you're interested in learning from different perspectives, I highly recommend you watch that. If you know about remote viewing, you'll recognize that scientific remote viewing doesn't do anything psychically. It's not like you're tuning in and filtering through emotional spaces and all of that junk. No. Scientific remote viewing is straight up coordinates, and you go right into the field of consciousness and right into the field of energy. It is a unified field. And what happens is you actually pick up all kinds of things. You're actually in it in a conscious way too. So when this particular video was made, they addressed the issue, or the topic rather, of the crucifixion. And they took one of the world's most renowned remote viewers, Daz Smith, and had him remote view it. Now, if you know remote viewing, you go in blind. The man knew nothing. He was given a series of numbers, and he tuned into the series of numbers energetically. We can all do this, by the way. It's a trained skill. You can do it. The military has been doing it with people for decades. Yeah, it's a really cool tool. And actually, it's something I've been learning for a number of years now, because it's a way for you to validate and to vet truth, right? Because you see it from an absolutely abstract and completely non-biased perspective. You're just seeing it from the place of consciousness and data. Really, it's all it is. It's just data. So anyway, long story short, I took the video to the crucifixion, and remote viewing is completely, blind. You go in with coordinates, tapping into the field, and you just pick up whatever you pick up there. And the results are astounding in a lot of cases. Absolutely jaw-dropping, astounding results, and stuff you just can't even. You just can't. You just can't make it up. There's just no way. So anyway, very interesting. But you got to have an open mind, people. And that's the fact that, a lot of people just aren't there yet. They're just not. They're open spiritually to a certain degree. But as far as really opening up to, wow, huge contradictions and complete cognitive dissonance, shaking up things, a lot of people just aren't there. So just like the movie The Matrix says, a lot of people don't want to be unplugged. That's cool. If you happen to know these people, just pray for them. Pray, bless them, do something. I don't know. But honor them on their journey, because, wherever they are is where they're meant to be. And wherever you are is not where they are. And be grateful for that too. So here we go. We're going to start shuffling some cards up here. But the first break we have gives us the High Priestess and the Star card. Very, very powerful pair. Very powerful duo. The High Priestess, as we've covered last week, I think it was, she showed up, or the week before. She's Persephone, and she's all about recognizing through dark times, through the darkness, the light, and what she's all about. The light, where we are right now. If you really, really think about what this whole weekend is supposed to represent, really, you think the message is strong and really pointing towards Monday, perhaps Sunday or Monday, where the resurrection took place, and the whole eternal life stuff shows up instead of the whole, oh yeah, we killed him. We stuck him to the stick and we killed him. You see? See what happens? You know what I mean? These stories, that's all they are, people. They're all stories. This is not the original divine design, rather. These are all implemented programs that we've been conditioned to believe in, programmed to follow, and we do it by rote. We don't even know it. We're so ingrained with it. We just do it. How many people are going to wish me a happy birthday? It's going to be wonderful, right? But I can tell you right now, I am not lighting a freaking candle on any cake ever again. Ever again. When you realize what that's all about and where it comes from, you won't do it either. You'll be just like, wait a minute. What do you mean I'm lighting my life up and blowing it out? Every single year it gets a little shorter and a little shorter. Every candle you blow out. Oh my God. Anyway, not to go there. But anyway, that's the point. So very much about our world, right? So this weekend is one of the top weekends that are participated with, and it's increasing, energetic contribution to the collective does not help us. It is heavy energy. People are sad. They get together. Sure, they celebrate bunnies and eggs and stuff like that, but even where does that come from? If you actually knew that, if you were a true Christian and you actually celebrated the bunnies and the eggs, then you're really actually doing pagan traditions. That's not Christian at all. See how messed up it gets? It's just so stupid, the whole thing. Anyway, you're supposed to have dinner with your family all the time. Why? Because you love each other, because you get along and you want to be together. Not because it's Easter and they can schedule it in because everybody else is doing it. Not my thing. Anyway, my little rant for the day. You know what? I just want to help people recognize that they're empowered to do things for themselves. Make your own rules up. Make your own schedule up. Forge your own calendars. Christmas in July is not a bad idea. A lot of people celebrate that, right? And that's the point. These are just days. Days that have been designed for a purpose. They're not even in natural order. Anyway. Don't get me started. Don't get me started, folks. So, because of this wonderful energy we have moving into spring, these last couple of weeks of April, although they are very intense, are also very life-affirming and powerfully fertile. Let's put it that way. Not just because the bunny stuff is there, but powerfully fertile. Why? Because we do have incredible energy that supports us in giving birth to new things, giving birth to new experiences, giving birth to new lifetimes, new lives for ourselves, new life enjoyments and experiences and stuff like that. And you got to do what works for you. Okay? Do what works for you. Do what works for you. High Priestess says, always follow your intuition. Always follow your intuition, because it will always lead you out of the darkness and back to the light. That's the point. We all have to get back to the light, because we have been stuck in the darkness for so long, so very, very long. There's that king again. This time we're showing up with the commitment to love card, which is beautiful. So let's do mind, body, and spirit, folks, as we make our way through this little live tonight. What do you think, George? How's it feel? 15 years old times 7 is like a lot older than 54. Yeah. It's all good. Mind, body, and spirit. All right. Is that right? Oh, and we didn't pick our cards tonight. Yeah. What do you think, Spirit? Keepers of the Light, Kyle Gray. Okay, here we go. It's a beautiful deck. It's a beautiful deck. Okay, mind, body, and spirit. Here we go. Mind comes in with a 3 of Cups. See that? Beautiful 3 of Cups. That means in your mind, in the mind space right now, anyway, mentally, you can celebrate. You can celebrate. This is a card of engagement. It's a card of celebration. It's a card to say, you know what? We are in a good space. We're in good space. We feel lighter about things. We feel excited about things coming. We are anticipating, all these wonderful new things showing up in our world. We got rid of all kinds of stuff from the winter. It's all gone now. And all of last year's energy is completely gone. Absolutely completely gone. So here, especially, you can breathe a breath of fresh air and engage, celebrate, and know that you're in good space now. You've come a long way. We've all come a long way. The last few months especially, a really long way. And in this space especially, there's a lot of stuff not just to celebrate, but to acknowledge for yourself as accomplishments, as achievements, and as wonderful things that you can be proud of. You know what? People have a lot of trouble with pride. They have this misconception about how you're not supposed to be proud of yourself, or too proud of yourself anyway. And what's wrong with being proud of yourself? Absolutely nothing. Because I can tell you, if you really are proud of yourself in the right way and in the truest sense of the word, and in the truest sense of the understanding, or understanding rather, you're going to know that you did it with Creator. There's source energy flowing through you, and it wasn't that you did it by yourself. You can certainly be proud of the accomplishment that you and your source who sent you here, that you achieved, right? That you managed to accomplish. So here you are, having gone through a whole lot of darkness. We went through a lot of dark times, a lot of dark thoughts, a lot of heaviness. And this month especially, like I said, April is because it's the opposing month to October, there's a polarity happening, and the energies are often very intense. And then that's partly why we often find Easter smack dab in the middle of it, usually. Every once in a while it comes in March for whatever reason. I don't know why, but or whatever. But yeah, most of the time it's in April because it's counteracting October's energy. And it can be very, very heavy. So recognize that you're not feeling that anymore, that we are in a beautiful, brighter, lighter space. You know, it's nice to be there. Those thoughts can get very, very dark. And for those of us who struggled through them and struggled with them, take a nice deep breath. Notice the absence of them. And that right there is definitely worth celebrating. All right. In the body, we got a major card coming in. In the body, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, look, I really need to, I know that this is going to hit, because this is exactly what I talked about last time, and probably like almost every single time. When you do work on yourself, deep work on yourself, stuff that is like way deep down in there, stuff that's been, you know, in your body, in your field, even in your lineage for decades, generations, okay? It's going to take some time to literally leave. It's energy that needs to leave your body. It literally needs to leave your physical body. And so people don't think about that a lot of times, right? So when I do healing work with people and I'm in sessions with people, one of the things we always encourage people to do at the end of a session always is to spend the rest of the day drinking as much water as you can gulp down. Nobody wants to drink water till you're drowning, but definitely tell you that as a conductor, water helps to flush the system, the body, everything, the fields of energy even, of the trauma that you've just spent time and work, effort, and probably some tears to get out, right? Now, it's going to take some time, as a wave of energy does, to move its way through your physical body. It might take days before it's actually up. And something shows up right here in your face, right up in your face. And you're like, what? Could be even weeks down the road. Weeks, depending on how deep-seated it really truly was. And then all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, I know I did work on that. That cannot possibly be me, right? It cannot possibly be in my face again. How is that mine? Oh, I must not be done. And then a lot of people will grab a hold of it and go, yep, okay, not done, and put it right back in their pocket. They absorb it back in, or they ingest it or consume it right back in again. All they're doing is acknowledging that it's theirs and giving it a place to come back to, right? And really all it's doing is leaving your physical body and offering you an opportunity to say, see ya. I recognize you, and I'm not accepting you back into my world, into my life, into my body, period. And so when that happens to you, I call it like spiritual gas. It's going to come up. Stuff's going to come up. And when it does, don't be fooled. Don't be tricked into thinking from maybe an ego standpoint that you aren't done with that work, that's there for, renegotiation, we'll say even. It's not. It's got to go. Listen, you don't burp and renegotiate for that back, do you? Okay, so just saying. Same thing with any kind of issues, trauma, whatever it is you're letting go of. Let it go. Let it go and be done with it. So the Wheel of Cycle is telling us this, okay? Because you're going to find these patterns are going to show up. Ascension and the work that we do with it, clearing trauma, enlightening ourselves, all that stuff, takes us up a spiral staircase. So oftentimes we'll see things that look familiar, look like they're exactly the same things we've been dealing with, because they are, but you're not seeing them from the same perspective. It's more than probable that you are actually maybe 2, maybe even 3 or 4 levels up from where you were and seeing things from a whole new perspective. You just need to give yourself the opportunity to allow that perspective to be, right? What you're recognizing. Patterns. We all have patterns. That's the point to why we're here. We're here to clear that stuff out. These are repetitions in our fields that need to go. So, body, all about that. Pay attention to the physical body, to the cycles, the patterns, all of those things that may be creeping up on you, may be showing themselves to you. It's okay. You know what else? It's about habits. All right, I heard you, Merlin. It's about habits. Habits, breaking them. A lot of good Catholics anyway have been following up until now anyway for Lent, right? They've been working and they sacrifice something, just like Jesus sacrificed. They sacrifice something, probably something they really, really like, because that's what you're supposed to do. Pick something you really, really like doing, and then give it up for 40 days or something. Nothing wrong with giving up patterns and habits that are harmful, right? not the stuff that you enjoy all the time that is not necessarily harmful, right? So you have a chocolate egg now and then, big, well, we're talking about like harmful habits. So when that stuff shows up too, and it begs you to pay attention, to recognize it and to do something about it, then know that that too is work that either is being done, has been done, or is needing to be done. And you can do it. It's time. So whatever it is for you, whether it's stuff that's been done and is showing itself on its way out the door to you to say, hey, give it a last goodbye, or it's stuff that's saying, hey, I'm still here and you need to let me go. You need to get rid of me. You need to do something to ditch me, pass me off, whatever it might be. So just remember that. Body, body, body. It's all about the physical thing and the grounding experience. You know what that could also be? Not just like addictions and stuff like that, but that could be, patterns of hanging out with the wrong people. Needing to learn to say no, setting boundaries, things like that. You see the circle there? It's about boundaries and recognizing that sometimes we're the hub. Spirit comes in. Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles talks about honoring yourself, embracing who you are, recognizing what you own as yours, what you possess literally for yourself, what is within your possessions, and how sacred it is and how valuable you are, especially when you honor and truly embrace who you are, right? When you recognize the value of your existence, you treat yourself with kindness, you treat yourself with care, and you treat yourself with respect and love. You recognize. So the Four of Pentacles, Spirit's calling us all to honor who we are, right? Embrace who we are, appreciate who we are and what we do while we're here, all the work you do, right? All of that stuff that you've been doing, getting to these thoughts that are much lighter, worth celebrating, not worrying about, right? Not struggling with. Definitely. But celebrating and feeling that great, achievement again of lightening things up. Everybody always feels better when we can open the curtains or the windows and maybe even the door and let the fresh air in, especially after a long winter where we probably haven't been able to open the windows for like months. Just getting in and out of the house is like, quick, close the door, Yeah, it feels good. So that's like this. This is about here in the mind, breaths of fresh air, things, thoughts, beliefs, new thoughts, things, and beliefs that are worth celebrating and acknowledging that. And again, physically, watching the patterns, recognizing what's being let go or what's been worked on and is ready to go and just needs that extra, off you go. See you later. No, don't let the door hit you. That kind of thing. And of course, the Four of Pentacles. This is April. This is the 4th month. According to the Gregorian calendar, 4 is all about completion, right? It's all about completion and recognizing. So honoring where you are and really appreciating who you are and who you're becoming. You're not done yet, but you're becoming something absolutely fantabulous, I must say. So let's have a little boo at the brick card, shall we? And then we'll pull from the Keepers of the Light Oracle. Thank you all so much for joining me. I see you all there. Hey, everyone. Such lovely people joining me, sharing light together, loving up this time, right? Absolutely. Okay. Is he getting the hang of the shuffling over here away from the phone? All right. You know what we do? Let me spread them out. We do this every time. Just like this. And we always marvel. I always marvel at what we see. Crossing into the light. I'll show you the picture because it's just beautiful. As all of this guy's artwork always is. Crossing into the light. Today I face a new bridge that I must cross on my journey to inner transformation. Today, like every day, I will practice the laws of universal love. Thus, I will deal with the current situation in a positive way so that I continue to grow and evolve. As I cross this bridge on my way towards the light, I am reminded of the true meaning of life. Definitely a brick, folks. You can definitely see that that was perfect for what we were talking about, right? Those beautiful thoughts, practicing universal love, dealing with the current situation in a positive way, right? And of course, making our way to the light, honoring the true meaning of life. It's not eggs, bunnies, or chocolate. No, it's being here celebrating new life, new growth here as well, right? Inside ourselves. So let's have a quick boo at what Kyle Gray and the Keepers of Light have to say, shall we? Oh, look, almost lost one there. Okay. What's going on there? Did I miss one? I might have missed one. All right, let's have a little look here. These Ascended Masters and Angels, I believe, all are in here. Oh, Gods and Goddesses as well. Kyle Gray is a beautiful young man, actually, from England. Showed up on the scene a few years back and has brought forward a whole whack of wonderful cards, beautiful decks, very high vibration, very loving. There is a polarity, right? So all of the stuff that we know of, right, is definitely, when intended, brought through with the highest vibration, and certainly with the highest resonance, anyway, when that's the intention. That's what I always, put my intention out and declare for myself, is that I only connect with the highest light and resonance. And that, that involves beings that come from higher than 11 dimensions up, and nothing lower than that. Nothing lower than that, because that wasn't interfered with dimension. Those were interfered with dimensional spaces. That's all I'm going to say about that. So you have to discern and trust, and that's what developing your gifts and skills and working them does for you. It gives you an opportunity to be able to step into that and to know who you're dealing with, who you're talking to, and who you trust. So here we go, folks. These beautiful Keepers of the Light cards. Let's pull one. Here we are. Which one? This one. This is interesting. Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva. Shiva was the destroyer. Transcendence, it says. Rise up, honor your inner force. Steps are being given, and dance with the universe. Let's have a little look and see what the book says. Where's Lord Shiva? 70. So I'm going to give you the message here from the book. It says, Shiva is one of India's trinity of male god figures. There are 3. He is depicted wearing a cobra around his neck, representing his capacity to tame fear, or the ego, surrounded by stars showing his connection to the cosmos, and holding a trident, acknowledging the 3 aspects of divine masculine power in India: creator, preserver, and destroyer. He is known as the destroyer because of his warrior-like energy and ability to destroy fear. He is a facet of the Divine Father energy and offers paternal protection, support, and guidance. He is also acknowledged as the cosmic dancer because he helps coordinate the interaction between Earth and the cosmos. He has the capacity to help us move beyond the fear of failure and into clarity and connection. Lord Shiva's with you right now to awaken your sense of connection to life itself. You're moving through a deep transition, and things will be clearer from this point. You will know exactly what you need to do and where you need to be. This is a powerful time, as you will transcend the limitations that others have set for you. It's a time of innovation, ideas, stargazing, soul traveling, and soul revealing. Shiva, the Lord of Dance, is here, and with his sacred sound of Om to lead the way. Beautiful, beautiful. Let me show you that card one more time. Lord Shiva. I must say that's actually the nicest depiction of Shiva I've ever seen. Generally, he looks like the destroyer. Looks like he's been through it and back, I'll tell you. Anyway, you got to work with these forces of energy. It's not an actual person. It's not a being, so to speak. It is an energetic force that moves through your field, your world, your life, everything, and brings with it that property, quality, characteristic, or trait. That's why we call on these beings. That's why we call on these energies. That's all they are, is energies, right? Whether they're angels, which are angels of consciousness, whether they're ascended masters who are just consciousness beings, or beings of consciousness, or like thought forms of consciousness that have actually ascended into higher levels of awareness and consciousness that can teach us how to do it, because they did it. They got there. They will make their way up. We have number of levels, and I mean a number of levels to our ascension and our enlightenment that we must go through, achieve status in. We are far from it. right here, right now, folks. We've got a long way to go, and that's okay, because we're here for the long haul. Every one of us, right? And we're here to do exactly what we came to do, and that is shine. End up lighting ourselves up beautifully, because we are all on a little tiny light bright in the cosmos. And I mean little tiny because our planet is nothing. There's so much out there. Way bigger planets, way bigger solar systems, galaxies, universes even than ours. We're just here in this little tiny space, the little blue marble they call it, right? And who cares whether it's flat or round or holographic? It doesn't really matter. We're not here for any of that anyway. We're here to do the work inside and to do it for the consciousness that is this planet Earth as we see it, whether you see it flat, round, or holographic. Doesn't really matter. You're just working for her, working for you. You're a little being on the planet. You help her by lighting yourself up because she is able to hold that charge with you. Then she can light that herself up too, and then we can actually make our way into higher vibrational spaces. That's the whole point. So, that being said, Three of Cups in the mind space, acknowledge the achievements, celebrate the fact that you're thinking lighter thoughts, that we made it through the dark times and we're doing really, really well. Persephone helped a lot of people get out of those dark spaces and into the light for sure. The Wheel of Fortune, of course, in the body, in the ground, in the beautiful grounded space. Recognize whether it's work that's just, reminding you it's on its way out the door, or whether it's work that's showing you it needs to be taken care of. Either way, pay attention. And Spirit, Four of Pentacles, honoring who you are, honoring what you are and what you're becoming. All of the work that you've done in those first two cards, especially to become that. You've got to treasure that. You have to treasure that. That's work. That was hard work. That was hard work. If you've overcome anything, if you've overcome any kind of dark thought and brought yourself into a place of light, that's huge. And you need to acknowledge that and be proud of yourself for it. Yeah, because it was you and Creator. It was you and Source Energy that did that. And only the two of you. You might have had some help from the outside. You might have had some help from external sources or forces. That's part of what I do for people too. But I'm not necessarily the one. You're the one. You're the one. I can only help you. You've got to help yourself. And I'm so grateful that so many of us have. We're here doing that very thing. Transcending those fears. Transcending the ego. Check it out, right? Transcending the ego. Divine Light Warriors is what we're here for. Divine Warriors, right? So maybe check out the Divine Warrior Bootcamp. Merlin put that together. He's got an awesome program there called the Level Up, where you go from light worker to light warrior. Amazing program. Doing that very thing. Transcending. Transcending. Embracing the ego and integrating the inner child and treasuring both of those within yourself so that you become one unified being who can face anything and everything. And of course, crossing into the light. You see that? That's what we're doing, folks. We're crossing into the light. And eventually this whole planet will be full of light. And when we have that, we bring ourselves, we transcend that fear, those heavy energies and those heavy densities for a lighter experience altogether. So, yeah. This week coming, like I said, Earth Day on Tuesday. Super excited about that. Don't forget about the E to the Power of 6 series. If you're interested in doing any work, 54% off. And you get to talk to me every single week. Whee! Who does one-to-one coach? You don't find that. You don't find that very often anymore. A lot of those coaches, they're big, audiences and whatnot. And that's not something I certainly would turn away from. But I like working one-to-one with people. Absolutely love working one-to-one. And people love people, who listen to you and who can help you put your stuff together. And that's really what my job is in those calls. So you can't beat that. And in fact, as far as I can tell, the prices of the packages themselves work out to less than what my regular calls and whatnot would actually go for. So you're basically getting the program itself for free and a really good deal on the calls themselves. Can't beat that. Anyway, check it out if you're interested. The Enlightenment series. Now is the time. Mother Earth needs you so much. She needs you to help her clear this trauma. You need to clear this trauma, and she needs you to clear the trauma from you too. So why not do it together at a really, really great price and enjoy, a whole whack of time together doing that very work, that very, very work. So yeah, I just so enjoy our time together, and I always look forward to Saturday nights I hope you do too. Thank you so much for joining me. And for those of you who are interested, don't forget, Spiritually Speaking, Connecting the Dots A to Z. This episode tonight is aliens moving into angels, which isn't a very difficult or a long jump, I must tell you, just in case you're interested. Grab the link from my Facebook page and meet me on the Zoom call, and we'll talk about aliens and angels on the Connecting the Dots series. Until then, thank you all so very much for joining me. I always have such a good time, and I'm not going to wish a happy Easter, but I am going to wish you a wonderful time with your family under whatever premise or theme you decide to hold yourselves together, get yourselves together. And I don't care what you do, but as long as you do it, that's all that matters. So namaste. The light in me honors and loves so very much the light in you. So much appreciation for each and every one of you joining me here today. So again, we'll see you next time on Psychic Saturday Night Live. Bye everyone. Take care.